The message came through while she was standing in front of me. Her phone vibrated once. She glanced down. Too fast. Then she looked back up, smiling, already late with the lie she was about to tell. "I'll be back tomorrow," she said. "Just one night." One night. Her voice was soft, practiced, the kind of softness meant to disarm suspicion. She reached for her coat, didn't meet my eyes. I watched the way her fingers shook as she zipped it up. In that moment, something inside me went quiet. Not loud, not dramatic, quiet like a door closing somewhere deep in my chest. She leaned in and whispered it again, as if volume was the problem. "It's just one night." I smiled back, calm, polite. "Then make this your final night here." She laughed, nervous, confused, thinking it was a joke. I stepped aside and opened the door for her. She walked out without understanding that something irreversible had already begun. I didn't sleep, not because I was angry. Anger is noisy. I was precise. Her absence filled the apartment with details I had ignored for months. The extra charger in her bag, the new password she'd stopped sharing, the way she'd started protecting her phone like it was a pulse. I replayed conversations, moments where she corrected herself mid-sentence, names that appeared then vanished. Denial tried to speak. I shut it down. This wasn't paranoia. It was pattern recognition. At 2:13 a.m., her location updated, not where she said she'd be. At 2:47, a text came in. "I miss you already." Not sent to me. I stared at the screen until the words lost meaning. This wasn't just infidelity, it was rehearsal, a double life polished through repetition. By morning, I wasn't hurt. I was focused. I became observant in ways she never noticed. I cooked breakfast, asked about her night, listened to the cadence of her lies. I noted timestamps, cross-referenced call logs with excuses, tracked expenses that didn't align with shared plans. I didn't confront her. Confrontation is for people who need answers. I already knew where the truth would lead. A second phone, a shared folder in the cloud she forgot to lock, photos cropped too tightly to hide another presence, and then the final confirmation, clinical, unemotional. The data didn't care about her reasons. It didn't soften the edges. It just stated facts. She wasn't confused. She wasn't lonely. She was deliberate, and she thought I was unaware. That was her final mistake. The report arrived on a Tuesday. I read it once, then again, slower. Every doubt evaporated. That evening I set the table, poured wine, lit a single candle. She noticed the effort, smiled, relaxed. Halfway through dinner, I slid an envelope across the table. "What's this?" she asked. "Something you forgot to delete." She opened it. The color drained from her face in stages. Shock, denial, fear. Her hands trembled. She started to speak. I raised one finger. No explanations. Tears formed instantly. Apologies followed. Words rushed out, messy and loud. I stayed still. She was unraveling in real time, and I was already past it. "I didn't mean to—" "I know," I said. "You meant to hide it." Silence fell heavy between us. She finally understood that this wasn't a fight, it was a conclusion. I didn't yell, I didn't insult her. I stood up, walked to the door, and opened it. "I changed the locks this morning," I said evenly. "Your things are boxed, they'll be delivered tomorrow." She stared at me, disbelief mixing with panic. "You planned this?" I nodded once. "I planned the moment you thought you still had control." She broke then, begged, promised, told me she was her home. I looked at her carefully. "No," I said, "you were just staying here." I stepped aside. She walked out slower this time, realizing too late what she had traded certainty for. The door closed behind her. I didn't rush to lock it. There was no need. The apartment felt different after. Not empty, accurate. I washed the glasses, blew out the candle. No sadness arrived. No regret followed. Only clarity. She had chosen secrecy over honesty, comfort over consequence. I had simply refused to carry her deception any further. That night, I slept deeply. For the first time in months, nothing lingered in my thoughts. She whispered, "It's just one night." I answered with my actions. and that was the last conversation we ever needed.